Okay, today, Kurt, we're going to start with how to write a piece of music. And here I am at the Steinway. One day this piano will be yours, Steinway and Sons. Top of the line piano, world over. All the concert stages have Steinways, 9 out of 10 of them anyway. So here we have what's called manuscript paper. Don't disregard the second piano concerto, that's Rachmaninoff. But you get an idea how the staffs are set out. So we're going to start. You've got the lines here. Just get a pencil, draw that down like that, and you're going to do a little bracket like that. A little bracket. See, that's fun to draw. And you're going to have a treble clef. It's also called a G clef. You draw it like that, and then a bass clef. It's a G clef because that line is G. So that little curl goes around the G note. It's the G right there. And then you have a bass clef called an F clef. It looks like that with 2 dots. And that line is F, so that's where it starts off. So that's the F clef, G clef, F clef. So and you see on the Rachmaninoff here, it's in C minor. It's got flats there. But we're going to make this in C major. No sharps, no flats, so we'll leave that blank. And we can set a basic time. You have to have a time set. So 4, 4 will be the time. And you put that in the bass as well. 4, 4. That means there are 1, 2, 3, 4 beats per measure. That's a measure. And that's a measure. Measure of time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each quarter note gets 1 beat. 2, 3, 4. And then another measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. There'll be the 4th one right there. Now, that is called a musical phrase, but there's nothing there. So what are we going to do? It's C major, 1, 2, 3, 4. The black note, quarter note, that's 1 beat. So that's what that 4 stands for there. 4 is a quarter note. That's how many beats there are to each measure. So each quarter note is 1 beat. 1 quarter note, 2 quarter notes, 3 quarter notes, 4 quarter notes. So you started off with a melody, and I believe it started on E. So E is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So make it a half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we got E there, which is a half note. So a half note has got a hole in it. It's not filled in dark. That's a half note. And that line is E. That line is E. So that's 1, 2. One, 2. And then it goes up to G. 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what that translates to right on the treble clef. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want a response to that. So that's one idea. That's bird 1. Bird number 1. Now you got to say something. There's got to be an answer here from bird number 2. Bird number 2. So what's that bird going to say? Bird 1 goes doo, doo. So the other bird has something to say. It could be this. It could be this. Could be that too. There's no wrong answer. I kind of like that. Could be this too, which is D, C. Could be this. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be this too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what we'll go with D, C. So D is way up here. That's bird number 2's answer. D, which is a half note. So it gets 1, 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you got bird 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the answer. Now bird 1 may say it again. It may say the same chirp. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here, the other bird gives a different answer. The other bird gives a different answer. So it's bird 1, bird 2 answers. Bird has the question again, or chirp. 2, 3, 4. The second bird wants a different answer. You have to make it interesting. The bird has something else to say to the first bird's comment. So we'll go with F, E. And you could change the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be faster, so you could make that a quarter note. That would be F, which is green, right? F, E, which is pink. So you can make it F, a quarter note. So a quarter note is black note. When it's up like that, you want to put the line on the left side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, we'll make that a third. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you got a little musical phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it could be whatever you want. I mean, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's a musical phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a whole musical idea. That is one musical idea. Then you go on to the next and make another musical idea. So you do this again with the line, with that bracket. I'm going to put too much weight on this musical desk here. And there's your treble clef. Not the best drawing. And there's your F clef. And you don't need to put the time down because you already know it. Time only goes in one spot. The rest of the piece doesn't, unless you change the time. If the time changes, then you put a time change there, like maybe 5/4. So it's 5 beats, 5 quarter notes in a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But let's deal with the first measure here first. So we have a musical idea here. 2 birds. Bird 1. Bird 2. Bird 1. Bird 2 has a little something different to say. That's how music's written. That's how it's done. It's been done like that for 300 years or more. Maybe a hell of a lot longer. Now, since we're in C major, you're going to want to put a chord there. So you look at C major is those are all the notes in a C major scale. Now that's a triad, so it's built on thirds. C major is built on 2 other notes. It's called a triad. It's a third apart. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So you got 1, 3, 5. So since we got that note E, you can see that note E is in the C major triad. So you can put a C major triad there. So it'd be, well, I'd have to put the phone down. Let's see. See, G is in that C major triad as well. So you can go C, E, G. So it's, so we could use that as a beginning chord. Or you could also break the chord. It doesn't have to be solid. You could go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or it could be solid. Whatever you want. If we do the eighth notes, I'll show you how to do the eighth notes. So, and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's a lower C. That'd be right there. 1 up to G. 1 and. These are going to be eighth notes. 1 and. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and. So these are eighth notes. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's 1 and 2 and then C. 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so 1, 3 and 4 and these are eighth notes. When you got the two notes connected like that, when it's single, that's a half note or a quarter or 3 beats if it's single. When you join the notes together, they become eighth notes if they're black. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now we've got a first measure. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or no, it'd be actually E. So you see how that goes? Let me put the phone down for a second here. I probably should have it on a stand, but give me a second. So it'd be. Now you got a different note here. So you shouldn't have the same chord. You got C major, but now you got a D. So you got to look at what notes. C major scale, you build triads on it, it's thirds. Now the second D is DFA, EGB, which is minor, and they're always separated by a third. Always separated by a third. So since we have a D here, D, you're going to want to find out what triad has a D in it. Okay, there's second. That has a D in it. Maybe, does that triad sound good? Maybe something different. What else has a D in it? It's not EGB. There's no D in that. It's not FAC. What about G, GBD? There's a D in that, so that'd be a 5. 1. That's a different inversion. So it could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you got G. Then back to the same. So let's hear how that sounds. So we could put that in there, G, B, D. Actually, G, B, D, you can invert it. You got B, D, G, and second inversion is called D, G, B. It's the same triad. So you could do So we'll do a second inversion. So that'll be C, E, G, E, G, C, G, E, C, D, B, G, B, D. Let's give that a try. D, G. No, it's actually, I take that back. It's not D, G. See, I make mistakes too. It's actually D, B, B natural too. B, G, B. Let's just try it here. Let's see what we have. I went to F there. Because if you use the same note, C doesn't really fit. So anyway, that's, you get an idea. So let's try it with, okay. So we can climb up the scale. So this is the first inversion. So you drop the S, C there. C drops off, so you got E, G, C. You want to drop the E off, it's second inversion. G, you drop the G, so it's E, C, G, C, G, E, G. So we're going to... So we'll try E. Let's see here. E, C. That's above the staff there. So that's C, G, E. So let's try it here. I have to put the phone down. Then it repeats. The music repeats. It likes to repeat. So the same here. Just repeat what you already did in the first measure, the first bar. So do the same thing over. C, G, E, G, then C, G, E, C. You just put the lines there, make some eighth notes when you join them at the bottom. That's eighth note. You join them at the bottom. You can do them in two groups of two, or you can do it in a four like that. Both are correct. So here's what you got. You got this. Now you got a different answer from the second bird. It goes to F, E. So you look at what notes in the triads have F. Well, it's not C major in the first, number one, the tonic. D, there's F there. What else has F? Not E, G, B, no, but F, A, C. That's major. Minor sounds sadder. There's no F in that. No F in that either. But there is an F there. But the seventh is a little more unusual. So you got F and you got E. You got to figure out what you want. So I could do it still as broken chords. Let's hear how it sounds. Just repeat. So what do we want for F? So it could go from happy to sad. I kind of like that. Going from F major to E minor, which is part of the C major scale. That's how you build chords on a single note. So we got E in the beginning. You build that on a C major. You got F there. You build that on a F major. You got E there. You build that on E minor. So let's see. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm not going to belabor it. I'll let you fill in the fourth one. How's that? You can put whatever chords you want, or eighth notes, arpeggios. And that's the lesson. You can call it whatever you want. Call it Bird 1. If you want to call the song that, you can call it whatever you want. But that's how I write music. I come up with a musical idea. Just the beginning. There's the musical idea. You can put whatever you want on in the bass, or you can change the notes. You can change it around. You could have E, G, D, C, E, G, F, G. Or you could do F, G, E. Whatever you want. No right answer. Good luck. Let me know if this helps.